Y'all need to help Stephen Phillips out over there. Out the door and off the radio.
Here's Stephen Phillips.
All righty, folks, we're back with you. Hope everybody's doing good. We have got Kevin Mellon's on. Go to kevinmellon.rock, and you can check out his website. He is an artist, musician, the whole 9 yards. Good morning, sunshine. How are you?
Good morning, sir. Nice to be on with you this early.
Yeah. Oh, easy now. I know. He's an artist. This is early. What time do you normally get out of the bed?
Say again, I'm sorry.
I said, what time do you normally get out of the bed?
About 2 hours from now.
Oh, okay.
There you go. There you go.
Now you're from Kentucky. Where are you from?
Kansas City, Missouri, which is actually where I'm at right now.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
I'm in Kansas City right now. I was in here for the weekend. Planet Comic is a big convention that happens every year, and then I was also playing a live show. So yeah.
What I tell us, of course. Okay, go ahead, Steve. You want to jump in?
Oh no, I just want to jump right in. Hey, this is the other Steve. There are two Steves on this show. Hey, I just got to ask you right off the bat, Archer. You did Archer. Did you do all the the pre-production art for that or the show? Or tell us about how you did that.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm a storyboard artist. I kind of have gone through a couple positions. I was a storyboard artist, and I was a storyboard director, and now I'm back to being a storyboard artist on Archer. And yeah, it's basically I get the script and I draw out a rough. Me and a team of others draw out a rough version of the show that they then base as a blueprint to animate the rest of the show on. What you see on TV. Yeah. For what you see on TV, there's generally a rough sketch version of that, and that's what me and the team I work on are usually responsible for. So,
that is awesome. What a great show. I'm sure there's a lot of fans out there listening that have watched Archer. I mean, it's hilarious. Steven, you ever watched that? It's like a spoof of James Bond. Yeah. And it's just hilarious. It's awesome.
So how long does it take you to actually, if you got one episode, how long does it actually take you to draw all this?
Each department has its own kind of deadline. The full episode itself generally takes anywhere from 12 to 16 weeks to make.
Wow. And
we usually have anywhere from 3 to 5 episodes going on at once. Mm-hmm. But for the storyboards, we generally board a full episode. We're talking hundreds and thousands of drawings in about 4 to 5 weeks.
That is amazing. That is truly amazing.
Really, it is. I mean, the way that y'all do that. And then what is Suicide Sisters? What is Suicide Sisters?
Suicide Sisters is a comic book that I wrote and drew. I'm actively still working on it, but it's about two sisters, Cora and Dora, who are driving their motorcycles across Texas, trying to find the devil so they can get their souls back. It's a little bit of kind of a female take on stuff like Supernatural and Devil's Rejects and all that, and it's girls just kicking ass and fighting demons.
That is too cool. You could say that. That is totally awesome. I'm all about the kick butt girls in comics, like Vampirella. That's who I love. You probably seen a lot of folks at your Comic Cons that are big fans of hers. Hey, tell me, do you like? We've looked all through your art, and do you like manga and anime and this kind of thing as well?
I do. You would think that I was a bigger fan than I am. I'm pretty specific about my taste with that stuff. I mean, I grew up on Akira and Ghost in the Shell, like a lot of people. That was kind of my first exposure to that stuff, and now I'm into watching stuff like One Piece and One Punch Man and Berserk. So there's stuff, but I definitely wouldn't consider myself as in it as a lot of other people.
I'm not really into it that much myself, except for Demon Slayer. I don't know if you've caught any of this in the past couple years. My son and I are nuts about that show. Fantastic.
It's been in the queue for a while. I think you'll understand with the TV production. I haven't had time to watch as many things as I would like to. So
you'll enjoy that.
I mean, I'm gonna throw this out there. How about Bugs Bunny Roadrunner, man? I mean, Bugs?
I'm a big Wile E. Coyote fan.
Oh, there you go. I am too. Right. His life and my life are just about the same. Me and Wile E. Coyote.
Seriously. Hey, I run into walls all the time thinking they're tunnels. So
there you go.
I'm almost there, and then the mountain falls, and that's the way it works. So.
I fully appreciate. I fully appreciate what you do. My best friend in high school was huge into comics, and he would draw them. He was a super skilled artist, and it had all this beautiful artwork of things he would replicate from the comic books or things he'd come up with himself. His big hero was the Tick. You remember the Tick in comics? He would shout "spoon." He had that sketched out on all of his books and everywhere else. But anyway, I grew up around buddies that didn't do what you did and go on to do this professionally, but that were huge fans of this. So I have a big appreciation for what it is you do.
No, it's one of those things where, you never know where life's going to take you. And I started out, just to make comic books, and I thought that that's all I would ever do. But then this opportunity to work on Archer and in television came up about a decade ago. And I just had to take a leap at it because I was already such a big fan of Archer. So for me, getting a chance to work on a show I liked, and I was like, well, I can do this for a little bit and see where it takes me. And 10 years later, it's been a meandering journey because being living and working in Atlanta, I actually have had the opportunity to work on a bunch of other shows but live action, like Vampire Diaries, right. Lightning, Dynasty, Legacies, like that. We're all these CW shows weirdly, but that's been such a rounded and fun experience. And then, I just most recently art directed on Hit Monkey for Hulu. So these are things that 10 years ago, 15 years ago, I would never have thought I've had the opportunity to do, but kind of by allowing myself to be in this position to work on Archer and then move to Atlanta and just being open to these experiences.
Well, now, did you move to Atlanta
down a path that
Did you move to Atlanta because of the easier to work? Is that kind of where you work out of Atlanta? Is that where most of this stuff is based on?
Yeah. Simple reason is it was a requirement of the studio that makes Archer. They're like, you got to be here, so get here. So yeah,
that is great. Do you, as far as Archer goes, do you work on primarily on a certain character or group of characters, or do you and your team draw out all the scenes, including all the characters?
All the scenes.
Okay.
The job of a storyboard artist is to basically take the script and take it from words on a page to the very first pass at a visual of what the show is going to look like. So it's comic booky looking versions of the characters, in every environment. So every script asks for 9 people to be on screen. It's all 9 people, and we're trying to figure that out.
I experienced that. I was doing a pilot for a TV show down in Atlanta, and they had it was called Fade In. It's going to be something that comes out on what is it? Hulu, I guess it is sometime soon. Anyhow, but the thing is that I walk into this room, and just like you're saying, here on the board, of course, this is a live action show. This is actual people. But up on the walls, it's the whole show sketched out in cartoon people. And there I am. There's little cartoon versions of me in all these scenes. So I guess that's kind of the job you do as well. Come in for the live action show and sketch it all out.
Yep, that is all my work on Vampire Diaries and Black Lightning was exactly that, where I would meet with the director, go over the script and work out what shots they wanted. And for those kinds of shows, they don't need the whole show storyboarded. They'll generally do the big action pieces, like the fight scenes and stuff with a lot of special effects. So much of it is, how much is this going to cost and how many people do we need?
Wow.
Well, let me ask you now, there's always some part of the work that is fun and some part that's not fun. What do you not like about doing this? There's got to be something in there. It's like, this is the worst part. What is it?
Man, on beautiful days, it's really hard to be inside staring at a computer screen,
Right.
And then just the human terror of you don't realize how grueling sitting at a desk can be for 8 to 10 hours a day for years at a clip. So it's just one of those things where it's just trying to remind myself to get up, get out, do things. And I know that sounds really mundane and boring, but that's because it is. And it's, the rest of the job is usually pretty fun because it's problem solving and it's storytelling. And those are things that I love. And every episode of every show presents a problem. And every episode of every show has a fun new story that we're trying to tell. And sometimes even if I don't really, and I don't have this problem on Archer, but if I'm working on something where I am less than thrilled by the story, I try to find my way in, the thing that I connect to that makes it worth telling. So
that's really cool. Ain't no doubt.
So you talking about taking a break, needing to get out, clear your head, get some fresh air. It sounds like one of the things that you're doing to do just that is getting involved with music. And so you've got music that you're working on now, and you're a musician and producing some of that. Tell us about that.
Yeah, I mean, I started playing guitar as a kid. You know, I was as a grunge kid. Early '90s, playing along with Nirvana and Pearl Jam albums and stuff like that.
Right.
And I was in and out of bands up until I moved to Atlanta 10 years ago, and then let the storyboarding thing kind of like take control of my life for a while, and then had some life stuff happen a few years ago that really go like, you know what, I want to get back into this, and so. I've just been working on the songs. I put out an album in 2016 and then just put out this EP, Songs from the Giant's Chair, here in March. And it's just kind of like me, just like, I want to get better. I want to make music. I want to connect with people like that, and just needing to get these things out. Because, you know, as all of us, we went through various things during the pandemic. And for me, it was a lot of like rediscovering my love of like music and producing and stuff like that, but also getting better at it and working to better my craft.
Well, that's the thing about, I know a lot of musicians that paint. I know, and even though you do cartoon work, I mean, but that's still painting. I mean, your artwork, you actually got some of it for sale. You can actually buy some. You're really talented. Now, I want to ask you this question, which I'm going back to the art. Do you draw freehanded, or do you draw with the computer, or how do you do this?
Both, because you can draw freehanded in the computer. So it's one of those things where, you know, we have I'm sure people just sketch on their iPads.
Right.
We have these machines called Cintiqs. It's a computer screen that you can draw on, and it feels pressure sensitivity and all that. So I sit there and draw on the screen as if I'm drawing on paper, but I have the beauty of being able to hit undo when I mess up, instead of having to erase and make a mess on my page.
Undo's like a souped up eraser.
Yeah.
Or whiteout, right. Yeah. So now
best is when.
Go ahead.
The best is when you're drawing on paper and you try to actually accidentally hit undo, but there is no keyboard, and that's just that muscle memory of trying to hit it, and you're like, nope, gotta erase.
Well, I love music, man. I'm into all kinds of music, but you
Same.
you do you play like guitar, bass. What all do you play?
Yeah. This EP is all me. It's I sing, play guitar, bass. The drums, I do. You know, tell people I admit that it is programmed, but it's programmed to be as natural as possible.
Right.
You know, it's one of those things where I really wanted to take full control, because I do feel like, you know, I can only learn that when really the best expression of what I wanted to get out, making it all me. That said, I put a band together recently, and like it does have me going like, okay, like next one is probably going to be more live instruments rather than me in a room by myself just tracking things over and over and over again.
But you know, that's the thing, you know, like we do, we cut some songs, you know, and then when we get out playing them, we actually find out that we like playing them different live, and then we're like, well, we need to go recut that. So I understand where that's coming from. Folks, we're talking to Kevin Mellons. Go to kevinmellons.rocks, and you can find all his stuff. He has got some cool art, too, and it's for sale. And now this album you got is A Girl, a Tree, a Dream. Is that right?
Yeah, that was the album put out in 2016. It's kind of like me dealing with some life stuff happened, and then this new EP is Songs from the Giant's Chair, and that's out now. There's a digital. It's out on Apple and Spotify everywhere. And there's, oddly of all things, there's cassettes you can get from Birthday Records. So it's hauntedbirthday.com. But we wanted to do vinyl, and vinyl, as I'm sure you guys have heard, is a very long production time, and so cassettes we could get easier, and cassettes are weirdly back, so I was into it.
Cassettes, you know? That's the first I've heard. Cassettes. Are you serious?
I am very serious.
You got to get a player for them, though.
I've got cars with cassette players in them, man. I'm not kidding you.
Me too.
Yeah.
I don't even have a cassette player, but you know what? We've had people buy them who are collectors, you know, and it's not back in a huge way, but it's back in a niche way. Like I was just talking to somebody the other day, and they pulled out. They're like, I can't even play these, but they pulled out a whole stack of cassettes. Because it's just a neat collector's thing for them.
I remember back when I first got a radio one time that had a fast forward on your cassette. That was like the coolest thing.
Yeah. Remember auto reverse?
Yeah.
Oh, remember auto reverse and flip it over?
And then CDs come out. We thought, okay, this is it. There'll never be anything else but CDs. CDs are gone.
Well, we were talking about how you used to put the cassette in and zero out the counter. Right. Then you had like where certain marks memorized as to which songs were. So you knew that at like 136 was song 3 or whatever, you know, and or like you learned like in my car back growing up, I learned where I could flip on certain songs to start the other side where a new song begin. Like, you know, you just kind of
Exactly.
But you know, here's something you got on me. Like, okay, like I don't know if you know Paul Thorne or not, but anyway, he's in the same situation. He you know, he's got this new album out. Nobody buys CDs. Records are 2 years out getting produced. out of it, and he sells the puzzles at the event that he's playing, wherever he's at.
This is on CD, on these CDs?
Well, it's what art he's done. He's got his, but no, it's not CDs. It's just the paintings that he's done, and he makes puzzles. It might be an idea for you, man, because that's one of the big things to merch.
That's smart as heck, and I'm gonna steal that idea. So yeah, no.
Whoa! I get 10%. I get 10%
on CDs.
Shut up, man! I get my 10%.
I thought he was like cutting up CDs in the shapes of puzzles.
No. He's an artist. He's a heck of an artist.
Right, that's what I mean. Yeah. But I thought that was on the CD and he was cutting up and made puzzles out of it. Maybe not. Use that idea too.
No, he actually got a.
Okay.
He's got art, and like I said, your art. You got some cool stuff, man.
Very cool. Yeah. Tell us about this short.
Yeah,
we watched this short. Are you getting into making these little movies that kind of a creepy horror-esque kind of movie? You've got the partners. Tell us about that.
Yes. Yeah, okay. You guys went all in on
digging
stuff up. Yeah.
Hey, we quit school because I got recess, brother. We ain't got time to play.
That's right. Tell us about that.
No, I super appreciate it. So yeah, I do shoot and make short films also. So it's one of those things where I have all these story ideas, and also I have an iPhone, and an iPhone is a better camera than most cameras were even like 5, 10, 15, 20 years ago, so you can sit there and you can shoot and edit. And I do most of my editing on an iPad now, but I shot it all on an iPhone, various levels of iPhone. It's called Partners. It's about two people at an impasse in their relationship, and they, one person is asking the other person to make a choice for them to move with their relationship, and it just happens to be a dark and evil choice. So
you know what? You
had me.
You had me on that, because here's the thing. I tell you what, Kevin, I was watching this and I'm thinking to myself, all right, where is this going to go? Because is he pulling my leg? Is the guy getting ready to walk across the kitchen and like cut a birthday cake, or is it going to turn into something more ominous? Because the way it was set up, I was just kind of hanging there like, okay, what's getting ready to happen? But definitely creepy. I like that.
Yeah, Kevin, man, we got to get.
I've shot a few more.
Do what now?
No, go ahead. I'm sorry, please.
I said we have got to jump to a break, man. We've got to get to break. We're about to run out of time. So anything else we need to cover right quick before we go? Well, I hope he didn't just – can you hear us?
Oh.
There he is.
Yeah, I can hear you. Sorry. It did kind of cut out there. No, partner, the music got on Apple Music, Spotify, working on Archer Season 13, so go watch Archer Season 12. And then Hit Monkey on Hulu, art directed on that. Please go watch that and let Marvel and Hulu know that you want more of it.
There you go. And give me your website one more time before we go.
KevinMellon.rocks, and I am at KMellon, KMELON, on Twitter and Instagram.
Man, we appreciate you so much. Hey, listen, if you're gonna shoot one of them shorts, we got Steve over there. He resembles Kevin Sorbo. Can you see it? No, I can't either. Anyway.
Hey,
man, you've been great, man.
Thanks, Kevin. That was a great interview.
Yeah, man, we appreciate you.
No, thank you.
All right, take care. Thank you for spending a little time with us. And remember, you can tune in every morning at WJULradio.com at 8 a.m. Eastern. And please subscribe to our YouTube channel and like us on Facebook, The Morning Dish.